Well, welcome back to another Inside Lansing, where today's guest is Teresa Lance, the superintendent from District 215. Teresa, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about the role of superintendent. We've had some superintendents on here recently, but I'd like to hear directly from you. A lot of people don't always know what that role is, and I think it's good to remind them, what does a superintendent do?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know what a superintendent does until you actually sit in the seat. So I can tell you the superintendent does quite a bit, but not without a supporting cast. So in my current role, I'm responsible for implementing board policy and making sure that we have a safe and secure and supportive learning environment for more than our 3,000 students in grades 9 through 12. The board has also charged me with changing the current landscape for teaching and learning and making sure that our students are well equipped and have choices when they graduate from us. So that's the superintendency in a nutshell. Obviously, it encompasses more than that on any given day, but certainly you don't know what it is until you actually sit in a seat.
And I know that we had a chance to speak a little beforehand and talk about where you're from. You're from Colorado Springs, from Baltimore, New York. So coming from all these different areas, and now you're moving to the suburbs of Chicago, what has that adjustment been like for you?
Basically, I would say I spent a little under a year, a little under 2 years in Decatur, Illinois. So while I was in Decatur, Illinois, I had the opportunity to come out to Chicago and visit every now and again. But being born and raised in New York, spending time in Baltimore City, I can tell you that being back in the urban school district is phenomenal. It reminds me very much of home, very diverse city. So no major adjustments.
No, not much, huh?
No, not at all.
Okay. Even the weather here isn't different for you?
Now, that weather, that's another story. Now, Colorado Springs was cold, but Colorado Springs didn't have the wind that everyone's been telling me about. So I'm bracing myself for what to expect with that cold, cold weather.
And it is a particularly windy day today, we should say that.
Yeah.
The day we film this, it's a very windy day.
Yes,
So
yes.
I imagine that being a superintendent also brings a lot of challenges to that role. Could you talk about a few of the challenges you've had?
Sure. So I would have to say one of my current challenges would be working to ensure that our students continue to graduate on time. So right now we have more than 95% of our students graduate from high school within 4 or 5 years. So we exceed that of the state and the nation. But what we're really looking for is to make sure that when our students graduate from our school district, that they have choices, that they're not sitting in remedial college courses. And if they do opt to go to college, that we've provided enough rigorous coursework that they're well prepared to not sit in those remedial courses. If our children decide to take a path of military or career, that those options are provided for them. So we need to make sure that we're equipping our students, and we're doing that by making sure that our district is still fiscally sound.
So coming in here and taking up the role of superintendent, like I said, we just talked about the challenges, but it's not all about challenges. There's things to celebrate. There's things that are strengths about District 215. Could you talk about some of the strengths you noticed and when you came into this position?
Yeah, so it's a lot of strength. So my first 90-plus days I spent getting the opportunity to know our board members, my cabinet, staff members, and even students. And so overwhelmingly what I heard is that the students are a significant strength to our district. So not just the diversity, but their pleasantry, the activities that we provide to our students. They're a huge asset to our district. And the teachers, they've also been acknowledged and recognized as a strength to our district. And now I'll be very specific. So what I heard overwhelmingly is that our staff members, when they graduate from either TF North or TF South, that they come back and they work within our district and live in our communities. And that's huge when we talk about building relationships and connecting with our students. So our students can know that year after year when they return, they're going to see Mr. John or Mrs. John. They're going to see these familiar faces year after year. That's a significant strength for our district. Additional strengths, you heard me talk about our graduation rate. exceeding the state and the nation. Over 95% of our students graduate. we're making strides with our ninth graders, leaving ninth grade with an on-track percentage of graduating from school on time. We're making gains in that area. We have some AP courses that we're offering our students at 11th and 12th grade, and then we're hoping to offer it at the 9th and 10th grade in the next year or two. So lots of strengths, and we're hoping to just excel even further.
And build upon that and get bigger and better.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And you did talk about how, teachers tend to come back after school and teach in a community that they grew up in.
Right, right.
So did you get a chance to get out there and talk to people in the community and meet with people from the community and other figures?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I won't go into all the names, but I've met some of our pastors. I've met with all the mayors except one. So getting an opportunity to network and find out who's been a partner with our district. And if you haven't been a partner, how do we engage you so that you will be a partner? So certainly we've been doing that and looking forward to continuing that work as well.
I know that there's a lot of work involved. You got to get out there. You got to meet people. You got to figure out, what to do best for the district. But do you ever get a chance to just kind of sit back and maybe enjoy some of the extracurricular activities there, go to games or look at plays or something? Have you had a chance to engage with the school that way?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I love sports. I love activities. I was a physical education major, so I like getting out there and seeing our student athletes. I don't like the cold too much, so I've been to a few football games, but I've been to swimming, I've been to volleyball, I've been to a number of events, marching bands. I just met with the badminton coaches on yesterday, so they've invited me to their open sessions and then their meets in the spring. So certainly been trying to get out there and be engaged with our students. So yeah, that's the best part of the job.
So you've been able to engage with the students, you've been able to see them in and out of school a bit and really just get a idea of the landscape.
Right,
so
right.
I'm happy to hear that. I think Lansing, people in Lansing here will be happy to hear that too.
Good.
So this is kind of your chance to talk directly to them. What can they look forward to for the future of District 215?
I can tell you what I'm most excited about is the opportunity to make sure that more than 3,400 of our students will graduate from us knowing that they are well prepared for that, whatever life choices they opt to pursue. Making sure that our students, regardless of their economic background, that they're introduced and exposed to rigorous coursework beginning at ninth grade. I'm excited that we're looking forward to increasing our career technology education courses, our dual enrollment, so many possibilities. And the former superintendent and our Board of Education have done a phenomenal job of laying that foundation, and have charged me with just upping the ante. So our parents can be proud to send their students here knowing that when they graduate from us, they'll be well prepared for what's ahead.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. Teresa Lance, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of our content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.